My name is Mwai, and I'm a pastor with Christ is the Answer Ministries in Nairobi, Kenya. It's such a delight to be able to share the word of the Lord with you. And I want to read to us from Psalm chapter 1. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the seat of mockers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever he does prospers. And I want to just challenge you as I encourage you at the same time on what I have entitled The Blessed Walk. The Blessed Walk. Every one of us has a choice that we must make on the kind of life that we want to live. There are people who have chosen to walk in a different direction from the laws of God, from the ways of God. People who have strayed and they are walking and living. And when I talk about the walk of life, I'm talking about how we live our lives on a day-to-day, on a consistent basis. There are people who, for them, their preoccupation is how they can beat the system, what they can get away with. They are always plotting evil. They're always plotting wickedness, how to defraud other people or how to hurt and harm other people. Some of them just plot how they can be, as much as possible, deceive their way through life. But here in Psalm chapter 1, what we just read, the psalmist here presents a very different picture and an alternative kind of walk that you and I can actually subscribe ourselves to. In Psalm 1 there that I've just read, he says, blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked. In other words, there's a different kind of a walk that I can choose, you can choose, that I don't have to give myself to walking or somebody who is influenced by wickedness, that I choose to walk the walk of righteousness, the walk of the righteous. And it is a daily thing that I do. It is something that I do on a consistent basis. It's something that I give of myself to. Now the psalmist there says that when you are this person, this kind of person whose walk is right and is upright, notice he says that you're going to be that person who is actually blessed. And a person who is blessed is somebody who enjoys the blessings of God, who enjoys divine favor, who enjoys divine providence, and who enjoys the presence of the Lord. Because our walk, my walk in righteousness attracts the best. It attracts God's blessing. It attracts God's approval. The opposite is true. When I'm somebody who chooses to walk in unrighteousness, in wickedness, I don't care where I go, I don't care what I do, I'm not even careful to shed blood and do all manner of things. If my walk is a walk of unrighteousness, I will also attract God's judgment and God's wrath in my life. So notice what the psalmist here said. He said, blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, which means that I will not even sit with those who plot evil and wickedness, with liars and gossipers, or people whose walk is not in tandem or is unrighteous before the Lord. He says that blessed is this man, he does not even stand in the way of sinners or sit in the way or in the seat of mockers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, in the word of the Lord, and on this law he meditates day and night. Again, that word, meditates day and night on the law of God, on the word of God. In other words, when my walk is upright, I am somebody who is interested in the word of God, in the ways of God. I want to hear from God. I get into the scriptures because I want to order my steps in the right direction. I want to live a life that leads me up to the Father. I want to live a life that leads me to righteousness, to purity. He says that this particular person who is like that, who delights, in other words, he's excited about the law of God, and on it he meditates day and night. He says, this person, this is what is going to happen. He is like a tree planted by the streams of water. Another version says, by the rivers of water. This is somebody who is going to prosper, because it says this kind of tree yields its fruit in season and its leaf does not wither. So are you looking for to thrive in your life? Are you looking for productivity, fruitfulness in your life? Be somebody who orders their steps in righteousness. That's where the secret is. That when I order my life towards righteousness and purity, and with God's help, I keep my feet moving in that direction, he says that I will be fruitful. There will be freshness. There will be productivity. I will thrive. There will be divine favor in my life. I will not have to go looking for favor elsewhere, but favor will actually come and find me. And then he says, finally there, he says that whatever this person does prospers. Now, not what I will not do, but whatever I do, if I'm this kind of a person who orders my steps, or orders my walk according to righteousness, that whatever I will do will actually prosper. Now, we live in a world that is so caught up with prosperity. People are always talking about prosperity everywhere. Whether you're looking at the corporate world, the business arena, our economies, whether it's politically, our politicians are always promising us prosperity. Preachers in many churches always talking about material, financial prosperity, because we love to prosper. I am yet to meet somebody who does not love to prosper, and not just materially, but in every other way, whether it's emotionally, academically, whether it's business-wise. I want to prosper. Nobody wants to live a difficult life. We are all attracted and we all desire to prosper. The psalmist here gives us the secret to true prosperity. He says, you must order your walk in righteousness, in purity. Do not sit with mockers, those who have nothing, who have no interest in the things of God. He says, delight yourself. Be somebody who creates, you have to create an appetite for the Word of God. Create your own appetite for the Word of God. As you get into it, as you meditate on it, notice day and night, not once in a while. And then he says that when you're like that, you will begin to blossom. You will begin to thrive. Something about you will change. There will be something about the person that you are. You'll begin to thrive in your business. You begin to thrive in your relationships. And whatever you do, because your life is ordered by the Lord, the steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord. Whatever you do, now notice it says whatever you do. That means whether in business, whether at your workplace, whether in your family front, because God's favor is upon you. He says, whatever you do, you shall prosper. Blessed is a man. Blessed is that kind of a person. And I want to encourage you, my brother, my sister. I know sometimes the temptation is to want to prosper in our own way, in our own right. I know sometimes the temptation is to want to do things in the way of the world, like everybody else is doing it. In our own country here, sometimes I want to prosper and take shortcuts, maybe in business, become corrupt here, bribe my way there, compromise my standards, compromise my principles because of a tender somewhere, and do the. I mean, we do all kinds of things so that we can prosper. But I want to encourage you, choose the way or the path of righteousness. And when you choose the path of righteousness, you may not prosper in the same way others in the world will prosper. But there will be peace, you will have joy, you will not have defrauded anybody, you will not have offended anybody, you will not have taken anything that does not belong to you. But whatever you do, it shall prosper. So may the Lord bless you as you order your life in righteousness, as you order your steps in the ways of the Lord. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord be with you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you. May he keep you, and may he exalt you in due time. God bless you.